Hello students, today I am going to start class 8th also. Earlier I was taking only class 9th and 10th, but there was a demand that I should take class 8th also. So from today I am going to start class 8th. So I am taking this chapter, that is light, and let's start. What is the meaning of light? Light is a form of energy in which we can see the objects. It is a form of energy, like we have heat energy, we have electrical energy, we have magnetic energy, we have solar energy also. So light is also a form of energy, but it is a special kind of energy because in light energy, in the presence of light energy, we can see the objects. Different objects आप light के presence में देख सकते हो. For example, if there is a light in the room, then you can see the chairs, you can see the tables, you can see everything. But if there is no light, if you are present in a dark room, then you cannot see the objects. You cannot see different objects. So in this way you can say light is a form of energy. This is the definition of light energy. Light is a form of energy in which we can see the different objects. Without light we cannot see the objects. क्योंकि जब लाइट रेस किसी भी ऑब्जेक्ट के ऊपर पड़ती है, then it returns back and reach into our eyes. उससे स्ट्राइक करके ऑब्जेक्ट से लाइट रेस they strike with the object and they come back, they bounce back and they reach into our eyes. और eyes में हमारे in the back side of the eye we have a special structure in our eyes that is known as retina. This retina has some light sensitive cells, that is rods and cones, and because of the presence of this light sensitive retina we can see the objects. इसकी जो message है retina through the optic nerve it gives to brain, and brain को फिर जब light rays की message पहुंचता है then we can see the objects. So this is the whole thing. So the point is that light is a form of energy in which we can see the objects. Without light we cannot see the objects. On the basis of this we can classify all objects into two categories. Number one, luminous objects. Number two, non-luminous objects. Right? Now what is luminous objects? As the name suggests, those objects which have their own light. They are the sources of light. Those objects are known as luminous objects. Like sun is the largest luminous objects. Whole earth is having light energy by the sun. And number two, all the stars, they are luminous objects. They have their own light. And like when you light a bulb, so light bulb that also becomes a luminous object. Burning candle जब आप light करते हो, उसको burn करते हो, that also becomes a luminous object. So we have these luminous objects which have their own light. On the other hand, बिल्कुल इसके opposite है non-luminous objects. Those objects which don't have any light energy, they cannot produce any light energy, they are not the sources of light energy. You can take some examples like wood hai, like stones hai, like water hai, like plastic hai, like tree hai. They don't have their own light, so they come under this category, that is non-luminous objects. Another point is, what is reflection of light? Light ray में there is a characteristic property. एक तो characteristic property ये है light ray की कि it can travel without any medium. Light can travel without any material medium. It can travel in vacuum also. वैसे भी आपको पता है light starts from the sun and reaches up to the surface of the earth. बीच में बहुत लंबा एक ऐसा उसका रास्ता भी होता है जहाँ पे there is not even air. So even then, without air also, without any material medium, light can travel. So this is one of the characteristic properties of light कि light rays can travel without any medium and they don't need any medium. जैसे sound energy है, sound energy के लिए they need any material medium, whether it is gaseous medium or liquid medium or solid medium. Sound energy के लिए it is necessary, but light energy के लिए doesn't require a material medium. Number 2, light rays that travel in a straight line. अगर बीच में कोई ऑब्स्टेकल आ जाता है, opaque objects comes in between the light source and the object, then light rays, they stop there only. They cannot go back in the opaque object. Opaque object के पीछे वो नहीं जा सकती हैं. They will stop there only. This shows that light rays, they travel in a straight line. Next is, what is reflection of light? What is the meaning of reflection of light? Reflection of light means कि whenever light rays strike to a shining surface, it bounces back, it turns back. It cannot pass through an opaque object, it cannot turn back, पीछे नहीं मुड़ के जा सकती, but it bounces back, वापस पीछे आ जाती है. So reflection of light की definition है कि whenever a light ray strikes to a shining object, to a shining surface, it turns back in the same medium, it bounces back. This bouncing back of light ray is known as reflection of light. Like mirror, well-known example, shining surface का, तो you can verify this reflection of light also by doing an experiment by using a plane mirror. So now I am starting the reflection by a plane mirror. You can draw a plane mirror like this. एक लाइन ड्रॉ करके बैक साइड में उसके आपने डैश डैश लगा दिए ओब्लिकली, एंड ये जो इसकी है फ्रंट सरफेस, दिस इज शाइनिंग, और इसकी जो बैक सरफेस है, बैक साइड, इट इज नॉट शाइनिंग. उसके ऊपर आपने पेंट किया हुआ है इधर ब्लू कलर का या रेड कलर का. सो दिस इज द शाइनिंग सरफेस. सो व्हेनेवर लाइट रे स्ट्राइक्स to this shining surface, it cannot pass through it, but it will bounce back. It will go like this. This is known as reflection of light. Whenever a light ray strikes to a shining surface, for example mirror, plane mirror है ये, we have all different mirrors also. We have concave mirror, we have convex mirror. These are known as spherical mirrors, but here we are talking about a plane mirror. We are not talking about spherical mirror. So this is a plane mirror, straight line. पीछे से पॉलिश है, आगे से ये बिल्कुल शाइन कर रहा है. So this light ray strikes, it falls on this shining surface, it bounces back, वापस वो इसी मीडियम में इस तरह से टर्न हो जाती है. This is known as reflection of light. Now in this diagram, the ray which strikes to a shining surface, that is to a mirror, is known as incident ray. Incident ray. The ray which strike to a mirror is known as incident ray. What is known as incident ray? Which strikes to the shining surface. And the ray which bounces back, which goes back in the same medium, this ray is known as reflected ray. This is known as reflected ray. So incident ray and this is reflected ray. And this is the point of incidence. Point of incidence को आप S से यहाँ पे लिख सकते हो. This is the point of incidence. And if you take a line starting from the point of incidence, this line is known as normal. This is known as normal. This is A, this is S, this is B, this is N for normal. So now, on the basis of this figure, we have different types of definitions and different types of angles also. So first of all, incident ray and normal ray and reflected ray. The angle between incident ray and the normal, like this angle, angle ASN. This angle is known as angle I. Angle I means angle of incidence. Angle of incidence. What is incidence angle? Angle of incidence, the angle between incident ray and the normal, that is angle ASN. This angle is known as angle of incidence. Incidence starts from I, small I, so that is why this angle is also known as angle I. You can write angle I. Angle I means angle of incidence. On the other hand, angle between normal and reflected ray, that is NSB. NSB. This angle between normal and reflected ray is known as angle of reflection. Angle of reflection. And it is denoted by angle small r. Angle R, not capital R, angle small r. R is for reflection. So angle R and angle I. So again I will repeat, the angle between incident ray and the normal is known as angle of incidence, and angle between the reflected ray and the normal, or you can say between the normal and the reflected ray, is known as angle R, that is angle of reflection. Right? So this is the figure. On the basis of figure I have explained some angles and some rays, and this is the point of incidence, that is known as S. उसको हमने S से denote किया है. Now on the basis of figure we can have laws of reflection. Now what are laws of reflection? We have laws of reflection. What are laws of reflection? Laws of reflection में नंबर 1 लॉ क्या कहता है कि इंसिडेंट रे, reflected ray at the point of incident, they lie on a same plane. Incident ray, first law is incident ray, reflected ray, normal, they lie on the same plane. यानी कि एक ही प्लेन लेवल पे, ये नहीं है कि इंसिडेंट रेज स्लाइटली अबव फ्रॉम द सरफेस एंड reflected rays quite down below the surface. It's not like that. Incident ray, reflected ray, normal at the point of incidence, they all lie at the same plane. This is the first law, and the second law is simple सा law है second, कि angle I is always equal to angle R. What does it mean? कि if you take angle I 45 degree का, then the angle R will also be of 45 degree. So angle I is always equal to angle R. You can verify these laws on the basis of experiment also by taking a plane mirror, and you can verify that the angle I is always equal to angle R if angle I is 45 degree, और अगर आपका angle R measure करते हो and it is of 50 degree, it means you are doing something wrong, because our law says that angle I is always equal to angle R. So these are the two laws of reflection. Laws of reflection: incident ray, reflected ray, normal, they all lie at the same plane, and angle I is always equal to angle R. So these are the two laws regarding reflection, known as laws of reflection. आफ्टर दैट आ जाता है कि व्हाट आर द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ इमेज फॉर्म्ड बाय अ प्लेन मिरर. When you see you look at the mirror, when you look through the mirror, then you can see your face. So आपको अब next point में मैं ये बता रही हूँ कि what are the characteristic properties of image formed by a plane mirror. Characteristics of image formed by a plane mirror. As I said, plane mirror, one type of mirror. We have some spherical mirrors also. We have concave mirror, we have convex mirror, but here in this chapter we are talking about plane mirror. So what are the characteristics of image formed by plane mirror? क्या क्या characteristic properties होती है when a plane mirror forms an image? You can see your image through the plane mirror. तो first is कि this image is virtual image. Virtual image बनती है in a plane mirror. What does it mean? Very important question है. Whenever you do light, आपका ये 10th class में भी बहुत elaborate किया है light chapter. So you should be familiar with these terms. What are virtual images और इसके बिल्कुल opposite होती हैं real images. So what are virtual images and real images? Real images are those which can be taken on a screen. आपकी जो इमेज बनी है वो एक पर्दे के ऊपर, एक स्क्रीन के ऊपर अगर आप उसको दे सकते हो. So those images which can be taken on a screen are known as real images. Actually में the light rays they meet at a point and make an image, and that image can be taken on a screen. And number 2, virtual images are those which cannot be taken on a screen. So image बनती है through the plane mirror, image will be there, but behind the mirror you cannot take on a screen. So these are virtual images. So now come to the point कि plane mirror forms a virtual image because it cannot be taken on a screen. Number 2, size के बेस पे भी आप इसको explain कर सकते हो कि size of the image formed by a plane mirror will be equal to the size of object. जो size object का है जिसकी आप image देख रहे हो, like your face becomes the object and image of this face you will see through the mirror. You will find the size of the object will be equal to the size of the image, or vice versa. Size of the image through a plane mirror will be equal to the size of the object. अगर आपने object लिया है this size का, then mirror के अंदर उसकी image भी will be formed of the same size. So this is another characteristic of image formed by plane mirror. So second है size of image will be same as that of size of object, right? Number 3, another point is कि जो इसका जो image is formed, it will be erect image. Erect means upright. Upright का मतलब होता है कि like this, upright. And one thing I will tell you that all the virtual images which can not be taken on a screen are upright images. They are erect images. जो आपको अभी virtual real images मैंने बताई थी कि वो real images which can be taken on a screen, they are inverted images, upside down, उल्टी बनती हैं. They are like this. अगर object ऐसा है, the real image will be like this, that is inverted. On the other hand, the images formed by the plane mirror, they are erect, upright images. And another very important point is that images formed by a plane mirror will have lateral inversion. Lateral inversion means left hand side will be seen on the right hand side and right hand side will be seen on the left hand side. आपने देखा होगा कि एम्बुलेंस के ऊपर हमेशा उल्टा लिखा हुआ होता है, क्योंकि जब ट्रैफिक जो आगे से जो ट्रैफिक जा रहा होता है पीछे से पता लग जाता है एम्बुलेंस का, अगर वो सीधा लिखेंगे तो ड्राइवर कैन सी द ऑपोजिट, उल्टा दिखेगा तो ही विल बी कंफ्यूज। तो उल्टा लिखा हुआ होता है तो सीधा, मतलब राइट हैंड साइड वाला लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में, लेफ्ट हैंड साइड विल बी ऑन द राइट हैंड साइड। सो दिस इज नोन एज लेटरल इन्वर्जन। तो these are the characteristics of image formed by plane mirror. इसके बाद आ जाता है what are the different types of reflection. We have two types of reflection. Number one is regular reflection and number two is irregular reflection. What are the different types of? Now we are talking about types of reflection. Types of reflection. So we have two types of reflection. Number one, regular reflection. Number two is irregular, or it is also known as diffused reflection. Right? So we have two types of reflection, regular reflection and irregular or diffused reflection. Now how to explain them and what are the differences between regular reflection and irregular reflection. Regular reflection is that reflection in which number one तो it takes place through a shining surface. जितनी ज़्यादा shining surface होगी उतना ही regular reflection होगा. Like a plane mirror. Plane mirror is a very smooth shining surface. If there is a smooth surface, then what will happen? All the rays which are parallel to each other and strike to a smooth shining surface, they will all go back parallel to each other. So they are coming parallel to each other. Incident rays हैं which are parallel to each other. After striking या after reflection, they will remain parallel to each other and they will all go in the same direction. This is regular reflection. So regular reflection की first condition is कि the surface should be shining and smooth surface. On the other hand, दूसरा है कि all the parallel rays when they strike to a smooth surface, they go in the same direction and remain parallel to each other even after reflection. This is the meaning of regular reflection. Now, what is the meaning of irregular reflection? Irregular reflection का क्या मतलब होता है? Number two is irregular reflection. Just opposite to regular reflection, कि when parallel rays, light rays which are parallel to each other, they strike to a rough surface. For example, this is a rough surface. इस तरह की surface है ये rough surface, and all the parallel rays अभी भी parallel हैं. All the light rays which are parallel to each other, after striking to this rough surface, they will go back in different direction. कोई ऐसे जा रही है, कोई कैसे जा रही है. They will all go in different direction. So this is the case of irregular reflection. Again I will repeat, Regular reflection is that reflection in which all the parallel incident rays, they strike to a shining smooth surface, they will go back in the same direction and parallel to each other. On the other hand, irregular reflection means कि all the parallel rays, when they strike to a rough surface, after reflection they will not remain parallel to each other, they will go in different direction. And they scatter, they will spread in the whole area, and that is known as irregular or diffused reflection. So on the basis of this you can differentiate between regular and irregular reflection, right? और ये मैंने आपको आज कुछ टॉपिक सुनाए, luminous objects, non-luminous objects, laws of reflection, what is reflection, figure उसका draw किया, and उसके definitions and different types of reflection, regular and irregular. So today that's all, and next session में I will take some other topics of the same chapter, that is light, and some question answer also. So thank you so much for watching, and keep on watching my videos.